All right, so this is the login page for Rsheet version 2. Let's log in. All right, so Rsheet is basically set for tertiary institutions for result computation, for processing transcript, the entire workflow for academic records management, right? So here, this is just a dashboard, giving you an overview of, remember this is a demo account, give you an overview of how the school is, the department. So this is the computer science department, have 31 students, a pharmacy. I mean, this is just a demo account, all right? There is a video here introducing you to how to begin with arrow sheet. Now, the left is where you will navigate from. You have your admin menu. So I'm going to walk you through all these menu items on the left. All right. Now, I'll start with the admin menu. This is where you create users. Remember, every user on Arrowsheet platform, every user has a privilege. Take note. Every user has a privilege. It doesn't mean that you can log in. It doesn't mean you can do anything. That you can log in doesn't mean you can do anything. All right. And so, for example, an admin can do almost everything, but a viewer can only view. If you are a viewer in computer science department, let's say you are a viewer in computer science department for physics 111 or CSE 111, it means you can only view the course CSE 111 in the entire department. So, but if you are a viewer of pharmacy department for all the department, it means you can view all the courses in pharmacy. So we have viewer, we have admin, we have editor. Then what is editor? An editor can edit. So let me just show you the users while I'm explaining. So you can see user, we have admin, editor, viewer. So this guy now is a viewer, can view computer science all courses. That's the meaning of this at all. This is an admin, is an admin of physics of all courses. This is an editor. This is an editor of computer science, CSE 101. He can only edit this particular course. He can't edit anything. He can't even view anything. So is as strict as that in terms of because of security purpose. So you don't want to be a CSE 101 lecturer and a different lecturer is seeing your own scores and telling students, you scored 15 in your CSE 101. Do you understand? So we are very strict when it comes to security and access. So that's how user privilege. So the admin is the one that creates user. So you can activate, for example, a lecturer resigns, you come and deactivate the lecturer from here. You can even delete it. You can delete. You can reset his privilege. You can change his user type. You can change his privilege. So we have user type, we have privileges. So we have admin, editor, viewer as user type. Then we have privileges are which department and which course can the person exercise his user type on. So I'm a user type editor. Which department and which courses can I edit? I'm a user type viewer. Which is department and which courses can I view? For example, an ideal HOD should be a viewer, can view everything, not necessarily edit. A dean should be a viewer, can view everything, not necessarily edit. Maybe an exam officer in that department is the one that can edit. All right, so this is the user type. See on the admin tab, we have this is where you create a user, new users. So when you need lecturer coming, you create an account for the lecturer here. All right, then this is where you do your settings. So any setting you do here affects the student portal. Now remember, this is the admin portal. This is not the student portal. So if, for example, you say activate result view on student portal, if you deactivate this, it means student can no longer view result. So that period where you guys are uploading scores, you come here and deactivate it so that they cannot see half scores. When you are done uploading scores, then you activate. Allow students to be able to print transcript. You can activate it so that when they finish final year, they can print transcript by themselves. So whatever you configure here determines how it shows at the student end. So you can also activate and deactivate course registration. Some schools say, no, we don't want to activate. A student should not be able to do course reg by themselves because we used to make money. They should come to us and we'll register the courses for them and they pay money. That's fine. You can deactivate it from here. So when they come to you, you go to course registration and register the courses. So we made it flexible so that, I mean, whatever you want in your school, you can use that. Activate online school fees payment. Some schools don't want students to pay school fees online, no problem. You can come to the office, the bursar's office and pay. So you can deactivate it or activate it. All right. So that is that on only admin can do all of this, everything under admin here. The next button here is school setup. Now, the very day you adopt, you sign an MOU with us as a school, you come here and set up your school. That was why I told you it's a content management system. You'd determine how the system, where you configure it. So the very day of deployment, you configure you log in you enter the school details here, the name of the school, the address, and all that. Remember, all of this will show on the transcript, the school logo, the school official signature. You do all of that upload here. Then you come here and create your faculties. That same day you are signing up. Come here and register all your faculty. Very simple. Just type the name of faculty here. Let's say you have a new faculty called medical college. Just type it and say and create, right? And the college shows here. So you can also delete your faculty if you want to delete your faculty. Then once you have created faculties, you come and create your departments because departments are under faculties. All right, but before you create department, because again, I say it's highly configurable, you should create your grading system first because different departments may have different grading system. So that's when you are creating a department, it's going to ask you, which grading system are you using? See it here? Then which GPA system are you using? So we did it like that so that you can, some schools say the medical school, their grading system is different from the science school. For example, in medical school, in some schools that I know, in medical college, 50 is F in some schools, whereas in science is 30, 0 to 39 or 30 is F. So you can select your grading system so that the system will use that grading system to mark that particular department. So before you create department, you must create your grading system before you come here. Now these are the available departments here. You can delete. This is a 4 years course, a 5 years course, a 2 years course, and all that. So all of these contribute to how the system works. So the day you come to sign up, the day a school sign up, that day the school set up all this. Then when you are done creating the department, you now create your courses. So you see, you are moving from the higher cadre to the lower, from faculty to department to courses. So here you select the department. You can see they already created before now. Then the year, how many years this course, then what semester is this course, what's the course title, what's the course code, what's the credit load, is it core or is it elective and all that. So you create all your courses here. So this is what you do the very week a school adopt Rsheet, configure your school, the entire school setup here, then come back to other settings. This is where you can now do your grade. I mentioned grading system earlier when I said you must set it up before you create the department. So here you can say, okay, we have pediatric grading system, for example. This is the grading system where uh, where 30 to 39 is E. You can see now. 40 to 49 is D. There's no F in their own grading. So we have another grading system here called science grading system. You can see it's going to load. 0 to 39 is F, 40 to 44 is E, and all that, right? Um, so you configure your grading system. You configure a grading system, and yeah, this is where you configure that. You choose the lower limit, the upper limit, the grade, and the point. Remember, in some schools, A is 5 points, some say A is 4 points, or whatever. You configure all of that under this configuration. Then GPA system as well. This is where I mentioned that polytechnics are differs from university. For example, for again for some NC grading, you see something like 0 to 0.99 is fail, then 3.5 to 4 is distinction. But if it's university, 3.5 to 5.0, I think it's 4.5 to 5 is a first class. But this one is for NCE. So you create your grading by yourself, your GPA by yourself. So you can click it, just say new GPA system. Then you create it, give it a name, and set it up. Do you understand? The lower limit, the upper limit, the class category, and just create it one by one. Then you are done with that. So when you are now creating that department, you now say this department is under this GPA system and is under this grading system. If the whole school use one GPA system, like a university, fine. So, but we configure it in such a way that a school can say, no, medical college is not does not have a first class. They have this their own category. Why sciences can have this category. All right. So the point is that create your GPA system by yourself. This you do the week of setup once and for all. So that the system now uses this information for grading and computation. So these two tabs here, school setup, other configurations are done that week of setup. At times we will do it for the school. And configure, just give us the information and we'll enter it for you. That's all. All right. Then every session, you now come here and create a session. Every session you come here and create. Just come here and select the session, and create it. So is the session that holds the result. Please take note of that. It's a session that holds the result. Because when you want to view result, you say which session is that result. That's how it works. All right. So every session you come here and create your session. Now, under personal data, this is where you register the student's information. Let me just show you briefly their matric number, their full name, the gender, and all that. Select their year and select their department because you've already configured departments already. All right, they select the session they are starting. Are you getting it? All of that, they upload their picture. The system will allow you to crop picture. You can crop a picture, from any, once it comes up. All right. So once that is done, you can now register that student. Then if you have a school setting up, you can even send us the name. We upload them here. You can upload them here from a CSV document. All right, here, this is what you can view your student information just for as a database. You can see, I want to see pharmacy, just search for pharmacy student. All right, it's going to show up for year one. You can also filter it out here and say, give me pharmacy student in year one, all right, or whatever, and it will filter it out for you and pull all of them for you. Then you want to see the person's picture, view more details and all that. It's going to give you all that information because it's a database for students' record as well. All right, so that is what this particular button does. All right, every year when they finish exam, you must promote them to the next level. This is where you handle that. All right, this is where you move students from one department to the other. Okay, so you select your department. Say I want to move pharmacy department students of this session. Let's say they did the exam in this section, and sorry, still loading. Okay, there's no student in that section. Let's check this session. It will load if there's a, yeah. So year one student, now you want to move them to year two. So it's going to give you all the students. First of all, it's going to tell you their math number, the credit load they registered for, the one they passed, the fail courses. Based on this information, you can say, okay, let's move them. You can click on this button, it's going to promote them to the next level. Automatically, if you click this, now it's going to tell you, no, select the new level, right? So this is the level you are promoting. Because it's year one here, you are now moving to year two. All right, then you can say, okay, do individual migration, or you can say migrate all of them. Just click on this button, all of them will move to year two. So this you do every year. At the end of the session, second semester, and you have entered scores, you come here, select the session for that session and the year, and migrate them to the next classes. So as they are resuming, they can register courses for that next year. Otherwise, if you don't move them, they will not be able to see courses for that next year. So as the admin comes here every end of second semester and promote, the way you promote students in like a normal secondary school, in the university, you also migrate them to the next level. So you can see the system is an entire workflow. All right, from the date student enter the system, it moves you from year one to year four. So it's keeping track of your academic record. All right. So this button is entirely about managing students. So that's why it's called a status students personal data. All right. So this is after configuration. This is the next button you start to play with. You enter student data and all that. So, but when exam comes, before exam, they have to register courses. So if the school does not activate online course registration where students can register by themselves, then they have to come here and be registering them. It's a school that does that because they want to be collecting money. So they pay 500 per course and all that, Schools have their own policies. So here, you just come here and say, okay, register your courses. Or even if the student even have issues, maybe they have internet issues, they can come to the department and say, please help me register my courses. So you come here and select your department. That's okay. I'm in physics, for example, I'm in year one. Then system will pull all the register courses for year one. Remember, you've already configured the system before now. So these are the courses for year one. Then you next, okay, you don't ask, okay, which semester are you registering for? So I'm registering for first semester. The system will check, all right, the courses, all right, that you have registered to be sure you're not double registering again. Are you seeing it now? And let's say it's for physics second semester, it's still saying no, you have done all of this. You understand? So let's select year two and see. All right. Okay, still not pulling courses for just a moment. Okay, no, it's not student for year two. All right, so let's choose a different department. This is a demo account, so we may not have enough data. Let me choose computer science department and select year one. Let me see. We don't even have at all no student here. Okay, we have student here. Let's see if you can register if they have not done registration for. Okay, you can see it now. So year two, these are the courses. So it's asking which course you want to register. This. Then which session. All right, let's say it's this session. It's going to check again. Okay, these guys have not registered for this course for this session. So you can then go and click and just click. Just click to be registered one after the other. It's just a click. All right. So that when you now go and you want to enter score for these courses now, those students I just registered are the only one that will show. Because if you don't register for a course, scores cannot be entered to the course for you. So for example, you go to, okay, I was on you can also do course registration in bulk. Without this manual, you can also put them in an Excel and upload them to register all of them at once. So I don't want us to delay us. You can do that here. But let's go and enter scores rather. If you go to enter scores, it is only, let's use that computer science department as an example. I think it was this session I registered course for, right? For year one. It's going to give you only the courses. Was it year one? Maybe it's let me try. I know it's either year one or year two that will register for just now. So it's going to give you only, you see it, only that course. That course I registered about 3 students there just now. It's going to give you only that course because you cannot enter score into uh, uh, a course that students have not registered. So if I select this course and say, I'm entry score, I'm the lecturer of CSE 201, it's going to give me only the student that registered. So the system is highly configured. Then you can now put in your score. As you put in your score here, it's going to grade them based on the grading you already configured. So you just click and save, click and save. You can even click auto save. As you put the, you just saving, just saving. So even if you have 100, you just put the score here and it's just saving. So this is how you enter scores. Then there are several ways of entry score. You can enter score manually like this, or you can put it in an Excel and upload. You can also edit scores here. There's some schools may say, okay, no, give me a printout where we can give lecturer, they should write it on that paper and return back to the exams department. There is a print manual sheet where you can send to each lecturer to write. Let me just show you how it looks. To write their scores and send to the exams department to enter. Let me show you how it looks. So again, it's still going to pull all the register courses for that. Then see something like this. So the lecturer enter this code and send to the department, to upload. So we are looking at several scenarios where some schools will say no, lecturer should not enter directly. Only exams record team, they should enter this course. So this paper will be very, very useful. They can download this, send to lecturers to enter their scores, bring it back to the exams department where they now enter scores. But for schools where say no, every lecturer should have access to the portal. Enter your scores by yourself. They can log in by themselves. Remember, that lecturer is given a privilege only to his department. So you just come in here and help them to register courses. At the same time, you come in here and help them to enter this course. All right. So this is where all what we have been doing is to generate report. That's the truth. The end goal of going to school is to have a certificate. So this is the reporting part is the climax of this discussion. This is where you view your scores. This is where the beautiful part of Rsheet. I can guarantee you, this is the beautiful part of Rsheet. Now, let's say you want to view scores. A student comes to the department, please, I want my result, or I want to see my score. Just come here. I don't know if we have any enter, but I will just run SLT, for example, and come to this section and select year one, first semester. So it's going to load all the courses that we entered for this year one. I can say, no, give me all the courses. If I have the privilege, they will open. If I don't, it's going to say, no, you can't view all the courses. You're a lecturer of CSE 101, you can only view that course. I think I log in as an admin, so I can view everything. You see it? So it's giving me all the entry. These are the matric number, the course code, their scores for all the courses, right? But I can say, no, give me only for one. Now remember, this is not this in page, this page one, page two, page three. So you can move pages. You can search with the student math number. Say, give me students that has math number 1006 to filter them out and just give you the student scores. So if you made an error, you can come and delete it here and say, no, this is an error. Again, if you're not the editor of this course, you can't delete it. I'm just reminding you of user privileges. All right. So that's how it works. Then you can say, no, give me just SLT 111 and view only that one. It's going to put only that for you instead of all the courses. So this is where you view the raw scores, how it looks. All right. But here, this other place, you view a broadsheet. That brush they normally post on notice board. You can view it here. This one is for the departmental record. All right. Even though we are going digital, they should download this and keep it for their manual record in the office. They will also download the entire result as a backup every session. All right. Every system should have a backup. That's the truth. All right. If you don't have a backup, then it's not a good practice. So this is, for example, for year one, for both semesters, give us the broadsheet. It's going to give you the broadsheet of how the results should sheets, all the courses like this. Their grading, their scores, and their grading attached to it. If the school say, no, we don't want the grade, just click on score only. It's going to give you only the score only. Or some people say, no, we prefer only the grade. We are very flexible because people have choices. All right, but if you want both of them, then just click on view back. You see both of them. You download this as a record and keep it for yourself. All right, so this is how the broadsheet look like. So again, transcript. If you want to get transcript, just put the math number here. Let me see. Let me copy. Okay, I need to show you this sessional report. It's very, very interesting. This is what several schools use their biro and make several errors. So imagine you want to have an analysis of your result for a session. How did the student perform? You want to see, for example, for year one, it's going to give you analysis like this. Oh, sorry, remember I registered those courses, they've not entered scores. That's why everything is zero. Let's use SLT. All right. And use, let's use SLT let's change the session again and see the levels enter year one like this. Just watch. It's going to give you all the students in this session, the total credit load they registered for, the total passed, all right, total credit points, failed courses. Nobody failed in this year one, and their GPA. You can check year two. It will give you analysis. This is the analysis CNET sit on to analyze results. So for the year two, this guy here failed this course. That's why you can see that he registered for 29 credit load, 26 passed. So this course is a 3-unit course. The GPA is 4.1. These are the information that determine if you even need to promote the student to the next level, remember, on the mass promotion page. So this is an analysis, a detailed analysis Rsheet generates that department can send to Senate for approval before. These are the things that delay students in going for NYSC because Senate want to see the performance of the result and everything is done manual. All right, we also have cumulative summary where you want to calculate GPA of this year two and year one backward. All of that just at a click. So let me copy this student math number, for example, and go to transcripts. I told you this report is the end product of Rsheet. Is the beautiful place. Now just put the math number and this is your transcript here. So if this student had gone to up to year 3, year 4, all of them will be here. See, I hope you're seeing them. It's page 1, page 2. These are everything about all this course he has ever, from year one to. So you can click print transcript here. Remember, you have this, you already configured the school logo, you configured their signature, all of that. Then remember you also configured, you configure the courses, the course title, all of those configurations. The system pull everything for you and give you a comprehensive standard transcript. All right, transcript. Of course, this is a work in progress. The school may say, okay, put our logo on this side, put it this side, no problem. We'll configure all of that for you. But you can see that the name of the school is already there, the logo and everything, the date of birth of that student is academic record, all just at a click. This is what most schools cannot generate. I can guarantee you 90% of schools cannot generate transcripts on the go. You apply for it will take you 3 months to get transcripts. So the report section is amazing. So GPA breakdown, just look at this one as well. You can say, okay, SIT department, give me GPA breakdown of these two sessions. Let me just use these two sessions, this and the two most recent session. All right. Okay. It's taking some time. I hope I'm not having poor internet. All right. So what this does, it just break down the GPA. You can see a cumulative. Let me just try this again. Okay. Went through. See, it's going to give you the students, their GPA in this session. Next session, it's going to give you the GPA breakdown per section, for those students in each of them. And again, remember it's in pages, all the students per session, just in case you want to use it for any analysis and compute your CGPA. All right, so we added these new updates, accounting add-on, where you can pay school fees. Let me just show you that in 2 minutes here. This is where you do school fees configuration, right? You configure the session. Every session you set up the school fees, how much they are paying per department. Put it here so that when you activate school fees payment from the student portal, they can see the amount to pay and click on the button and put in the ATM card. Money goes straight to the school account. But where a student come to the office, then you come here and put in, the bursar comes in and register the payment here manually. Then lastly here, you can see this is where the school as a management, they can say how much have we made in terms of school fees for this session or semester. Just come here and say, okay, give me, for example, give me a breakdown per department. For example, say this section, how much was paid from SLT and all that, or computer science department. So it's going to pull all the information and give you a breakdown. No payment has been made. Or just give me date range from 3 months ago. Give me, amount has come into the account. It's going to give you details of the people that made the payments, how did they pay the payment, manual or online, the department the person is, the amount they pay, and give you total amount here. So if you select the date range of your semester or session, you know how much came into the account. So we just added this as an add-on to school. So to round off, basically, I know this is quite robust and it's not easy for you to assimilate all of this in 20 minutes. But what you should understand that this Rsheet is an entire academic workflow. All right. A school that adopt Rsheet does not need to be thinking of our result. Result is ready. The moment they enter course is ready, they can view. So it simplifies the entire process for the students. Students can now register their courses online and they can view their result when they resume back from after exam for next semester. The result is already available online. They go there and view results and register for next courses. There are schools that they will start the first semester. The students are still waiting for result of 2 semesters ago. How do they now register for new courses? Then the beautiful part is that it gives you data, report, results, result in broadsheet, few scores, transcripts, everything that you need to give out to students when they are done with the academic record. All right, but at the beginning, as I mentioned, the first thing you do is set up. You register the lecturers or whoever the users are going to be, register them here. You set up your school, put your information, the faculties and all that, then configure the GPA and the grid system. That you do. We can even do it for the school. But every semester, what you now do or every session, new students come, you register them here, then you do course registration for students if you need to do that, and you enter result. So depending on the season, towards the exam, when you're done, you come here and enter result. Then you may want to ask, who does this configuration? Depends on the school. Some schools will say, no, we don't want lecturer to be bothering they say about academic record. Do your exam, submit your scores. There's a department called exams and record. They enter this course. That's fine. So that means the exams and record are the one that will manage their user privileges. Some schools may say, no, lecturers should be able to enter this course, the math. That's fine. The system is well configured for any of these cases. All right, depending on how disciplined your school is, because some lecturers may not enter those courses on time. So the school, for the purpose of effectiveness, some schools say, no, let's have a team that's in charge, that manage the academic record. All right, in terms of security, we are very security conscious. All right, we have backups every semester, backup every session, and also and all that to ensure that in case of any breach, in less than 10 minutes, you are back again. All right, so that's that I will just mention for the purpose of the demo. If the other questions, of course, we can talk about them one-on-one. All right, thank you so much for